Well, it's been pretty exciting, especially, when Coach Welch retired and said, I'm still going to help you, but I've done it 33 years. And he just said, it's your time to take over, and I'll help you any way I can. So he went down in our junior high, and he saw that we knew we had a pretty good team coming, a pretty good group of kids. And he went down there and helped me develop those kids and got them ready for us. So here's where we're at, and we're excited about this team.
Going into the season as the second-ranked team in the state, did you feel the pressure to get them to this level and to get them to the state finals?
Well, last year we made it to the regional final, and you didn't think going in that we didn't know what we had going in, but getting there, now that we've done that, this year we felt a little more pressure to get to there. Everybody was expecting us to get maybe one more step, including the kids and ourselves. So yeah, there's a little more pressure this year than last year.
Do you think that the kids are feeding off the disappointment of falling in the regional finals last year to kind of get them past and get them to the state finals?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was the driving point all season long. Win your conference, get as far as you can in tournament. But we kind of felt going in that we were the team that were expected to get there, and we kind of felt that we had the tools to do that.
Bringing it back to regional semifinals goes to double overtime. What were you telling the kids in those final seconds of the game to get them to really perform?
Well, we were down 4 in either the overtime, the first overtime, and we just said we're not going to quit. We could have won it in regulation, and in the second overtime we did have a good second overtime, but we just said don't quit, and that was our motto, all year long. Don't quit, and the kids believed in it, and I think our senior leadership took us to that next level and got us through that game.
Program's making some history here. 25-1, you guys make a new school record for total wins in a season. What is so special about this group, and where do you see the real talent here?
Well, I think it's a nice team because we can, like the other night, we had to win with our defense against Delphus and against that type of thing, where we had to really make sure the other team didn't score. And other times we've done it on our offense. And there's 8, 9, 10 kids we can turn to. So I think our depth of this team is very special. We don't lose much when we sub. And they're a close-knit group. They don't care who scores. They don't care who gets the publicity. They just want to make sure we win that next game. And I think it's going to help us this weekend.
Well, sometimes you can do it with your offense, and your 2 leading scorers are also your sons. What's it been like coaching them?
I get that question a lot. Luckily, they take after mother. But no, they're good kids. They've been in the driveway. They've been since they've been little, they had a ball in their hand. It's been important in our family. Basketball's been a big deal. And so they've seen it growing up. But they'll tell you as much as anybody, they need their teammates, they need each other. And their kids, they're just a close group. And that's what's nice about this, guys.
Corbin said he remembers back in 2008, the last state team, he was a manager on that team. Can you imagine seeing him back then and then to now his senior year, he's here and going to the state?
I think that struck a note to Corbin. That's something he wanted to do. He said all along he wants to finish his career in Columbus. And there's pictures on the wall. It's got four of our players right now that were managers during that team. And it's special to them. They remember what it was like, and they wanted to have that feeling their senior year.
Both high-scoring guards, but where's the difference between Corbin and Ethan?
They're different players. Ethan's more of a point guard, a little quicker, and a little taller. Not much, but a little bit taller. But Corbin's more of a dead shooter. He's always been a very good shooter for us. But he's had to adapt his game to become more, keep the way teams guard him now. He has to be more of a slasher. And believe it or not, it's been one of our better passers. He leads us in assists. So they're two different players, but they feed off of each other.
And to see their chemistry on the court, going through the highlights back on Saturday, you saw a couple of nice passes. Do you think that brother chemistry kind of shows on the court?
Right. It switched when they were little to battling each other out in the driveway to now they're kind of enjoying playing with each other. And they know each other's strengths and weaknesses. And sometimes it's tougher for younger brother, to let let the older brother take over, and then eventually sometimes older brother can't, and then he has to do it. So, but like I say, there's more kids than everybody on this team's been so special this year, and the very fact that they don't care that it's my sons sometimes are the leading scorers, that goes to show you what type of kids that we have. There's unselfish kids all around.
Just one last question about your son. We were talking a little bit, but we got a little Georgia State thing going on here with you, Ron Hunter. Watching your son Ethan take those big shots in double overtime in the regional semifinal games. Did you come close to a freak or cutting your Achilles?
No, I didn't do that. It just it gets your blood pressure going a little bit. Actually, he missed some I thought he should have made, so that's after the fact. But I can't knock him too bad. He had a good game. But like I say, it's been a great experience. Each one of these kids come from great families, and it's been a real good thing for our community.
Yeah, talk about what it's been like, the community support, getting this team back after about 5 years or 7 years.
Well, I mean, our gym was this whole bottom section was packed, and it was close to 11 o'clock at night the other night. Caravan came back from our local town around Paulding. You saw lights as far as halfway back that way, 7-8 miles away. So it's good. You need to do that every 5, 6, 7 years. It regenerates the youth. You wouldn't believe the emails and texts I've been getting and phone calls. You know, hey, my kid hasn't taken that shirt off since, you know, Friday night. You know, he wants to be so and so, or he wants to be so and so. That's why that's how it keeps going in our community. It just basketball's been very big in our community.
Getting ready for state, what do you know about Harvest Prep?
Very similar to us in the fact they're very quick and they want to score off their defense as well with pressure. So overall, they're probably a quicker team, and we're just a little bigger team overall. So it's going to be a test of wills, of what's going to break first. So they were there a year ago. They've got one up on us that they have a little experience in that arena. So it's going to be whether or not we handle our nerves early is going to be a big part of it.
How are you helping the team prepare this week in practice to get ready for kind of keeping their composure at that high pressure situation?
Well, what has helped is we've had 3 or 4 of these kids play summer basketball, AAU basketball, and they've traveled around and played this type of competition. So they're somewhat used to that. But we're not going to change many things. I mean, we show them game film. We're preparing the same way, just like any other game. But you know, a little bit more intense in the film room right now, and just making sure we understand what the other team brings to the table.